What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lady Nika, and with the Let's Chat. Now, I had planned on coming down here and talking with y'all on yesterday, but my spirit was kind of low after, by a vote of 50 to 48, Brett Kavanaugh was confirmed to be the next justice of the on the United States Supreme Court, and that threw me for a loop. It threw me for a loop for several reasons. For one, it felt like election night all over again when we realized that the tyrant, the dictator, the sexual deviant, all of that you can name, and then some, Donald Trump had actually won the presidential election. I felt pretty much the same way I felt yesterday when they confirmed him and then went on to actually swear him in. Now, it made me feel a ways because I'm sitting here thinking to myself, this is why myself and many other women who have been victims of sexual assault keep quiet. This is exactly why so many of us just kept quiet and went on about our lives as best we could. But it also made me look at the women such as Dr. Christine Blasey Ford and the other two women, as well as other women who have been brave enough to step out and say what they experienced and name an accuser. Okay, I felt like it takes a lot of courage to tell a person, much less the entire United States Senate, that someone that they're looking to push through to a job that will be his job until the day he dies or he's impeached. Um, it's hard enough to stand before those people and tell your story, but to have folks not believe you, including the leader of this so-called great country, mock you the night before on a rally that at a rally that he was doing for somebody, he thought that it was funny. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something. Last week, after she came out and did her testimony, stating what she had experienced at the hands of Brett Kavanaugh, your president, Donald Trump, said out of his own mouth, very fine woman, very convincing. You know, she sounded very convincing, and she was a very fine woman. Very fine woman. Fast forward to Friday night, she basically was mocked. He really made a mockery of her, saying that she couldn't get her story straight. But if you have been following the story, you know that woman went into that Senate and she answered every question. Anything she wasn't certain about, she definitely said she wasn't certain about it. And if there were any discrepancies, she cleared them up. She did everything she was supposed to do. And yet, 50 people, 50 votes in his favor got him in. I felt defeated. I felt minute. I felt unimportant. But then I had to realize through listening to my sister circle and just knowing for myself that there is a shift that's going to come to this atmosphere if we do what we're supposed to do in a very few weeks during the midterm elections. This is the time that each and every person who has a complaint or a gripe can have your voices be heard. I beg you, please, please go out to the polls during this midterm election and cast your vote. Let's sway the power back in the hands of people who will at least have some of your best interests at hand, because clearly the Republican Party doesn't. You know, I was talking to B Soul. I said, B Soul, girl, you know, what amazes me the most about this entire situation is the fact that the Republican Party know Donald Trump is an ass. They They know he's ill-equipped to do this job. They know he has basically made America a laughing stock to other nations who once respected us. And she reminded me, she said, Nika, remember, it's not about what's right and what's wrong. This is politics. It's about money and power. And to continue to have the money and the power, the Republican Party will back a baboon's ass if they have to. So then it made me kind of lit a fire up under me, and I was like, you know what? Instead of me sitting here feeling sorry for myself, letting it affect my health, because yesterday my voice went completely out. I had supposed to have done a collaboration, and my voice just was not going to let me be great. I was in pain yesterday, and I just it that event just totally affected me to the point where I began to get sick again, and I knew that it had to be because I was allowing my emotions to get the best of me and not looking at the positive side of this thing. The positive side of this thing is that it's just like what Chuck Schumer said. He's the minority leader for the Democratic Party in the Senate. He said, if what happens here today disturbs you, if you have any gripes or complaints about what's happened here today, vote. That's all we have, guys, is a vote. You need to go out this week and find out who's representing you, who's trying to represent you, and choose the person who has ideas more in line with what would be better for your life. That's what we have to do as Americans. We have to find the person, because the politicians lie, all of them. From the better ones that we love down to the ones we can't stand, they all lie. But find somebody who has ideals that are in line with yours and make your voice heard on, I think, November the 6th. Please go out and vote. Because yesterday was just another example of how Donald Trump is trying to change the face of America. He's not trying to make America great again, because it was never great. You can't have a country that's great when it was founded upon the backs of other people. It was stolen lands from the Native Americans. Then you pull my ancestors and many of you all's ancestors from their homelands and made them come over here and build this country. So you can't have a great country when it's built off of faulty foundations, okay? You can't do that. But what I was always somewhat proud of is that in the end, some form of justice always prevails. And yesterday, I was watching the Duchess Kelly Love, and he was saying that the cop that had shot Daquan McDonald like 16 times, was found guilty. So even though it seems like a small victory compared to what just went on in Washington, it's still a victory nonetheless, and we can have more victories if we work together along with the people who we put into place to go to Washington to represent us. You need to know who those people are and what their policies and their positions are. You need to know that. I didn't realize how important all of that was until I met Beautiful Soul, and she began to explain to me how my voice does matter, how I do have a say in how this country is run. Even if my voice is no more than my vote to send the right person to Washington to represent me, my voice can be heard. She helped me to understand that ain't nothing wrong with picking up that phone and calling your local senators, your local congressmen, your local representatives, and get involved is what I'm asking everybody to do. Because if you think Saturday is something, let the Republican Party continue to have the power in Congress and see what's going to happen. Remember, this man is still here. And until Robert Mueller and his crew can do something or bring forth some evidence that can get him out of there, we're going to be stuck with this man. He needs to be a one-term president if he's going to be president. And we need to start putting our foots on his neck by changing the power that bees in the Senate. We need to do that. That's very important. So that's where I was yesterday. It really did affect me. And I found myself crying for myself and for every woman who's ever, a man or woman, because men can be sexually assaulted as well. I found myself crying for myself and every person who has ever been sexually assaulted. I cried even harder for those who don't have the courage or won't come out and tell their stories because of fear of being ridiculed or not believed. I wept for the woman who had the courage to stand before all those people and tell them her story, only to have the man that you put in place to be president of these United States make fun of her the night before, Friday night. A change is only going to come when we become more involved in our local, state, and federal politics. We need to know what's going on. I don't know everything. I'm a rookie at this, but I don't mind listening. I ask questions and I learn. And if you want to see changes that's going to affect you in your everyday life, I would advise you to be out at the polls on November the 6th. If you got a carpool with people and take folks over to the polls, please do that. Do your part as an American citizen to try to change some of what's going on in Washington, D.C. right now. It's very important, y'all. It's very important. But that's how I was feeling. That was my day on yesterday. Then today, I got up and I felt a little bit better. My voice it didn't hurt to talk. Yesterday, it hurt to even drink water. Today, I've been able to talk without my voice leaving me and without it hurting so bad. I guess the antibiotics kicking in, girl. So, I was down on the YouTube streets, and over on the social media sites, Instagram and Twitter. And I was just looking at, different posts and things, and I saw somebody was talking about the Braxton family values in their meeting with Iyanla Vanzant. And I remember a couple people had inboxed me asking me was I going to talk about that, and I really hadn't planned on it because I really am tired of the Braxton family values. I'm tired of them Braxtons. But I can tell you this, Iyanla ain't the one to play with. I wish people would stop saying Iyanla don't fix lives because she really not supposed to. Iyanla is a life coach, and I think she got a couple of degrees, but what Iyanla does is she helps you identify the problem, and she provides you with options of aftercare. So she's not going to fix your problems in no 60 minutes. She's not. But she can, if you're willing to do the work, help you identify what the problem is. And the reason why Tamar and Miss Evelyn was so opposed to it in the beginning is because their truth was going to be told if they had to deal with Iyanla. And you see what happened? I honestly believe that Michael Braxton broke Evelyn Braxton when he cheated on her and then subsequently got with the side woman, married her, and moved on and had his happy life. And although it has been some 20 plus years since all of that happened, he broke that woman. Because all I see in her is bitterness. And she has transferred that bitterness into her daughters. That's why they can't keep no man. It's only one of them that can, so far. They can't keep no man, and they are the way that they are. Says a lot about looking at how she ate. Tamar ain't nothing but her all over again. And I know a lot of people's like, oh my God, when she broke down at the end of the finale episode and she was apologizing to her family, it just made me cry. It didn't make me cry, girl. I can do that too. Give me an incentive. Write me a check and see how fast I can do what she just did. And I'm going to bring tears forth from my eyes because if you notice, When Tamar has that big breakdown, that bitch ain't have not one tear in her eyes because it was fake. It was fake. She didn't mean anything she said, because if she had, she would not have been the nasty person that she was to Funky Dineva off of a rumor. She would not talk about Iyanla Van Zant the way she did on social media. When nasty is embedded in you, I don't give a damn how much positive and good things come your way. You're going to find a way to destroy that because you're a nasty person. And that's what I see. I personally think that the Braxton family values need to let this be their last damn season. They need to get the hell up off of TV and try to work on their individual relationships with one another, because this show did not help. This show only made it worse. They already came into the scene some broken people because it was so much going on with the mama, because she was still hurt over what the daddy did to her years ago. That stuff transferred over to them girls. They had to hear the things. You can only imagine the things she may have said behind the scenes. Now, on camera, she's always going to act like she's so prim and proper. But behind the scenes, when them cameras not there, you can only imagine what them girls had heard Miss Evelyn say about that man and possibly that lady that he married. Now, I don't agree that he should have left his wife like that. I believe in everybody being happy. When he found out that Miss Evelyn wasn't making him happy, opposed to cheating on her, he should have just ended his marriage with her and then went on and found him somebody else. The way he went about doing it was wrong. But god damn, how long are you going to be broken over a man? See, ladies, I tell you all the time, a man can take the best years of your life. You can't take the best years of his. This woman is old as Hicks puppy, and she is around here still pissed off. And why? She could be living her best good life, just like he is. He living his best good life over there with that woman. Ain't got time to argue with you niggas. Living his best life. That's what Miss Evelyn need to do. And if she would have found a way to live her best life, then maybe she wouldn't have screwed up her daughter's life. That's how I feel about it. Those are my opinions on that. If you don't agree, that's fine. I don't even mind you saying it down in the comment section, as long as you understand that you ain't going to talk crazy to me in my comment section. I also read that Katt Williams went back to jail again, this time in Oregon. I don't know what it was for. I didn't read the full story on it, but I'll say this. I wish Katt would just get himself together and be the comedian that we all know he can be. Because Lord knows Kevin Hart is not funny to me at all. But I just wish he would get himself together. If you ever, for people, I want to do people pay attention. See, I'm a thinker. I'm a deep thinker sometimes, too. I sit up and I watch these celebrities. And I'm no different than some of y'all. Ooh, baby, if I had that money, I'd do this, this, and this. You know what I mean? But clearly money don't bring you happiness, because look at these celebrities with all the blessings that they have received. They can buy all the nice cars. They can buy a nice home. They can walk these red carpets. Oh, they known, honey. They known in these streets. They have what appears to be the best life. Yet they are miserable inside those beautiful mansions and expensive cars. They just as miserable. Goes to show you that money don't buy happiness. Now, I still want to find out on my own. But it shows you that money don't buy happiness at all. Child, I could not. Let me see what else. Kanye West. I just wish Kanye would get on his medication and stay on it. Even if he already in the sunken place. Just take your drugs and sit over there and just sit over there and play with your slave gear that you make all the time. Just sit over there and do that. I was over on Color Me Pink channel, and she said that and I read this on Instagram. I think this was on the Shade Room about Kanye giving Kim a percentage of his Yeezy brand. Hmm. I can't get mad. I take my head out to that bitch because in the words of Keisha from Color Me Pink, that bitch is fucking with a purpose. I know that's right, girl. If you gonna do it with a purpose, honey. Do it with a purpose. That's all I can say. Do it with a purpose. Mm, mm. Do it with a purpose, girl. Do it with a purpose. Don't be around here selling yourself short. If you gonna have miles on your honey pot, baby, please have your bank account on that status at the bank need to be on swole. Okay, on swole. That's what I'm gonna need. Now, before I get ready to get up out of here, because I done held y'all long enough, I just wanted to come in and have a little conversation and let y'all know what's good with me and where I have been. For those of y'all that, for the slow ones in the back that didn't watch my story time to find out exactly what was going on with me, I did do a story time. And it's up on the channel under the playlist for story times. It explains to you exactly what the hell was going on with me. Because I'm always let y'all know. Y'all, this is y'all are part of my extended family. So when things are popping off with the girl, I will let you know what's going on. You can always best believe I'm going to let you know in some form or fashion. I'm going to let you know. But I'm wishing each and every one of you have a great start to your work week. I hope that you be blessed and don't let nobody get on your nerves. Just stay safe in these streets, because, child, we live in, it's a time in the land, baby. It's a time in the land. And only the strong gonna survive. That's all I have to say about that, honey. Y'all remember the depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. In the meantime, in between time, please remember, rate the video. Ratings get me recognized on the YouTube streets. Comment down below in the panty section. Let me know your thoughts and opinions respectfully. If you have not subscribed to the channel and are over here right now, go ahead and become a member of this wonderful family that I have built over here. We are a drama-free, respectful channel. I come in, we talk about whatever it is that we feel like talking about. We express ourselves respectfully, and we have us a good time over here. That's what we do. That's what we do. you know. And I'll see you guys, if not tomorrow night, for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. I will see you guys back Tuesday morning on camera for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Y'all tell me, are y'all anticipating the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 11? Are you anticipating that? I'm not excited like I normally have been in years past, but y'all know I'm going to go on and come through, because that's where I build my channel up off of that. So I'm always keep it 100 with the Real Housewives of Atlanta. A lot of y'all came to find me through that. But we'll be doing that when they return. I watch How to Get Away with Murder, and to be honest with y'all, them flashbacks, I can't fuck with them flashbacks, baby. Y'all gonna have to ask me to do that. I wish they came on during the summer months. I might could move forward with that, but it's too many flashbacks, and plus I just want to enjoy the show and figure it out for myself. I don't want to have to figure it out that night and tell y'all about what happened. So I'm not going to fool with that. But I will be back on my schedule with my reviews this week. I had to chill last week for medical and mental purposes. I'm back, and we'll be chopping it up with each other on Spreaker, on Pink Screen, on camera, on however the hell I feel like doing it that particular day. That's how we're going to do it. Y'all have a good week. Have a good start to your week. Don't let nobody get on your damn nerves. I'll see y'all later. Peace.